Hi, Mr. G with another tutorial. Today we're going to talk about how to make a stop motion animation like a Lego, like this Lego Stormtrooper, do a backflip and look totally awesome. I'm going to show you the process. This is a time intensive process, but basically we're going to go from this image to this image so that we will see the guy like he's totally floating in the air, and so it looks cool. And then when you combine all the pictures and you do the special effects work and you play it back, you'll get a guy that's doing a backflip, and it looks like he kind of actually did it. Well, the first thing you have to do is you have to get a picture of your background. And your camera, when you set up your camera, needs to be on a tripod, or it needs to be set down, or you can use, like I have this sticky tack. It looks like a gum, but it'll stick to anything, but it'll come off very easily, and you can use that to hold things in place. But so I've got everything held in place. I have the Lego board that you see, that blue Lego board is held down in place. I have a background. I have actually got a light set up. It doesn't matter, you don't have to have a special light, but you need your light to be consistent. So I would actually encourage you not to have your windows open when you do this work. Okay, so first thing I do is I add layer 1 is the picture of the background. I call this a plate, and that's just a clean background with no actors. In this case, my actor is a Lego figure. Now, here is the Lego figure. I took a picture and I posed him, and I have him, and there's actually several more pictures. I have a whole series of pictures, and I'll let you just take a look at these. Basically, in every phase of the backflip here. Let me open this up. You can see it a little better. And as soon as he gets airborne, I put him on Legos. Now, what I want to do is then get those pictures and get rid of the yellow. So it's actually pretty simple. I put on the top layer, I put the picture with the thing, and on the bottom layer, I have the clean background. So on this layer here, I am going to erase this layer, and if I erase, you're going to see, there we go, it's disappearing and it looks like it's magic, but really I'm erasing the top picture, and you can even see that the picture is disappearing. In fact, I'll turn this one off and you can see the hole I'm making in this picture, but underneath it is an identical picture. Now, it is not completely identical. If you can see, there's a right here, there's a shadow of the yellow block, so I'm going to erase all that yellow shadow. And then I'm going to get up here, and I'm going to be very careful because I don't want to accidentally erase my Stormtrooper. And I'm going to use the magnifying glass tool. And I'm going to zoom in as close as I can to really so you can see it. There's even some yellow reflection on him, but I'm not going to worry about fixing that yellow reflection. I am going to just get as much of this gone as I can. So now I'm going to erase it, and I've resized my eraser so it's much more, wow, there's a lot of screaming in the hallway. So to get these last little bits here, because if you see that the eraser is a rounded tool, and you can get a lot of it, I can zoom in even more with I like to use the magnifying glass. I like to click and drag the magnifying glass so that it pulls that whole area up. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to just use the selection tool, the rectangle select, and since this is a Lego character and he's a square, I can draw like this, and then I can hit the delete key, bam, and I can get rid of that. Now, this little spot here is a little bit problematic because it actually, if you can see, the block overlapped his helmet. I'm not worried about this being 100% perfect. I'm going to make my eraser a bit smaller so that I can get in for this detail work here. And I'm just going to round it off as best I can so that it looks good. I'm going to make that even smaller and get into this little bit of area here. I'm going to get rid of a little bit of that extra yellow. And I'm letting go of my button a lot. I'm clicking and then moving it. I can use the drag bar here, and I'm going to clean up a little of that. And it's almost done. It's almost where I want it to be. Oh, I can see. It's weird when you're zoomed in, you can see things you wouldn't notice. I'm using Control minus also to zoom in and out, and I think I got most of it. Now you see there's a tiny little bit of yellow on his helmet, and I guess I could fix that If I wanted to, I'll zoom in and I could use the clone stamp, which is right here. You control click on a source. I'm going to make this much smaller. I'm going to make it as small as I can make it. Okay, control click. I'm taking that source right there, and I'm going to go here and copy it over. Actually, I don't like how that looks, so I'm going to try again. That was a little better. I'm just doing like one click at a time. There, that actually cleaned that off a little bit better than I had anticipated. So you could do that over here. You could take the white and sort of bring some of that white down. I am not going to spend that kind of time on this. But now if you look at it, it really looks pretty cool. You can see you've got a stormtrooper floating in the air. Now, for your animation, you're going to need to do all of the pictures. So you're going to take each picture, you're going to process that picture, you're going to clean it up. Once you have all the pictures, we'll go to part 2, which will be animating those. And we're going to use Pivot Stick Figure Animator actually to put these pictures in and animate them. But you could use any video program and drop the pictures in and just make them very short. Anyway, thanks for watching. This is Mr. Giles with a animation tutorial.